There we go. All right, so we are going to talk about how we take care of our different house plants, right? Yes? Yes. And so we have a few plants that we just really, really love. And the first plant is the corn plant. Love it. It's doing great. I know when you first get the plants and you research it, you see that the certain humidity, but we keep the temperature in the house between anywhere, because we don't keep it on all day. And I know some people say, oh yeah, if you turn it off, then if you turn it off, you waste more energy when you turn it back on, but we do that. So anywhere and I also think it's really good for the plants. So anywhere between, I call it 82 degrees and 70 degrees is the temperature inside. But this is our corn plant, and this is our Monstera Swiss Cheese plant. Ooh,
no, the Swiss cheese plant, not the Monstera plant.
You're right, Mona. Okay. So this is our Swiss cheese plant, as Mona has called it. And this is our bird of paradise plant. So today, yes, honey bunny.
So today,
okay. So today earlier,
okay,
Mona.
We noticed there was another peanut in the back.
Oh, thank you, Mona. My turn. Okay, so today earlier we noticed that we watered this a couple of days ago, but when I touched, because we were doing a water check for all of the plants, we knew that some plants needed to be watered. But anyways, we watered this almost a week ago, and the soil should have been at least dried out, but it was still wet as if we had just watered it a couple hours ago. And I noticed that it was turning yellow. So then we took it out of the pot. Place this right here. Come here, honey. Move over, please.
Here? It's off.
There we go. So we took it out of the pot, and
what's it off?
I noticed that with all of our pots, yes, we do have holes on the side, but I sort of just assumed that it had a hole on the bottom. So what we do is whenever we buy a new pot, we either replant it or we just store up the pots and keep them in the backyard. So this is one of the pots stored up in the backyard. But anyways, usually they're always well drained, never have to really worry about it. But like I said, I checked it and the water was still really soggy, as if we had just watered it a couple hours ago, but it wasn't the case. We watered it almost a week ago now. So I checked it, and also a good indicator, I was like, is this getting root rot? But like I said, I didn't figure out why would it even be getting root rot. But a good indicator is the leaves were yellowing. So this leaf in particular. I noticed when I had my orchid, and orchids are pretty tough for me, so I'm still trying to get the hang of orchids, but all the other house plants, your girl's gold. But still trying to get it. So yeah, noticed this was turning yellow, and I was like, this is what was happening when I was struggling with the orchid, and then the orchid was nearly getting root rot. So checked out the bottom of the pot. Checked out the bottom of the pot, and there was no hole at all in the bottom. There was not a hole. So what we did is we just got a knife, and I just put the hole right through the middle, sort of drilled it, just turned it around in a clockwise motion. I'll show you guys in a little bit what I did exactly. And then it started draining. I don't know what it is that, actually I kind of have a good idea. I feel like whatever physics or aerodynamics, it's not really working to get drainage with just the holes on the side. And I checked all of the other pots. This was the only pot that did not have a hole in the middle, and again, it's the only pot, or the only plant rather, with yellowing leaves. So and look what we did with this bird of paradise. I got this pot online. Excellent deal. It came broken actually in the packaging, so I had to super glue it together. But it is as good as new now, and it's sort of like that ancient Chinese look. I don't know, one time a couple years ago I saw on Tumblr
on it?
that
We gotta clean it all. What's that red?
I know, baby, it's probably paint or something. But anyways, I noticed a couple years ago in this one like article that the ancient Chinese, they used gold to fill their pots and their ceramics. So I sort of just look at it like that. But anyways, a quick awesome idea is just using old packaging materials. Always keeping that. If you're a planter or house planter or you're going to become one, always keep those boxes. You never know what you're going to need it for. The cardboard is good to put at the bottom to create drainage. But at any rate, this was an awesome pot. But we knew that the bird of paradise was still little and it wasn't yet at the point to grow and to be able to come up out of the pot and show the beautiful foliage, the beautiful leaves. So what I did was cut the packaging materials into two. Can I see this, anybody? Thank you. Cut it into two. It was originally like that. All I needed was a knife, nice knife, I think from like Dollar General, and it just cut. We did the measurements, of course, saw that I needed half of it to get the bird of paradise halfway up, and it worked really well again. So packaging materials, you put it. You're gonna put it in, honey? There we go.
I'm gonna put one inside.
Okay, and I'll put one in.
Now I'm gonna put
Okay,
two down.
let's go, baby. Come on.
Now I'm gonna put two down.
Go ahead.
I'm gonna put 1 equals 2. I want to put 1 equals 2.
All right, go ahead. Put them in.
1.
There you go. You can't house plant just by yourself,
Yay.
everybody.
Like
You
that?
just need a helper. All right, yes, that's perfect, honey. So what we're gonna do is just put them like this, like that,
Okay. I'm having
and then we're gonna put the.
grow.
Can you hold it? Can you hold it just like that, honey? Thank you.
Whoa. We are having a grow pogani day.
And then it looks really good and it'll sit up really nicely. And it sort of just has a nice aesthetic to it. So that's our bird of paradise. We water it once a week. Again, now that we've got the drainage in there, I think the once a week will suffice. Same thing for our Monstera, our Swiss cheese. It's doing really well. Watering it about once a week. Mostly low light conditions, but which brings me to the magic that we have retrieved. And most people who may have like a room that is not east facing, because I know east facing windows, for example, will bring you in a lot of light, but don't think because you don't have an east facing window that you cannot have a plant to flourish and thrive like this beauty right here. This is our Fiddle fig, and it's doing so well in a west facing window. Why, might you ask? Because of this wonderful, wonderful, wonderful grow light. So the grow light has been doing a really good job of keeping this fiddle leaf alive in what would otherwise be not good lighting conditions. But again, you can still do it, and you'll see that over time you just find like little tricks to get it going. But yeah, so we got this from Home Depot. It's the LED plant grow light, and honestly it just fills up the entire space. So we have this fiddle leaf fig on one side of the room, and then on the complete other side of the room we have this corn plant doing well, mostly because I think that it does have sunlight here. But I think even at night, like if I'm reading one of my books, woo, Tao Te Ching, really good philosophical book. But anyways, it does a good job at providing light for all of the plants. So yeah, it's a quick video on some of our house plants that I think are doing really well. And I just wanted to share some of our techniques that we use.